Is it a bad time to think about making 3 times the money you're making now? Literally tripling your salary. And no, this isn't theoretical because these are my results. From 2017 to 2019, I did exactly that. The single question you should be obsessing over when it comes to negotiating your salary comes to us from FBI Master Negotiator Chris Voss, and it is this. How do I negotiate salary so effectively that my potential boss immediately says to me, "I wish everyone in my company would say that to me"? I'm Stoermer, I'm a self-made millionaire, and this is the channel for wealth builders. Here, we're obsessed with financial education and proven investing strategies, and we do it with zero conflict of interest because I don't have any investments to sell you. While lowering expenses isn't always fun, increasing our income sure is, and that's exactly what we're going to cover in this 5-part video. Let's dive in. Part 1, our primal response to negotiation. Our involuntary, primal response to negotiation is that of combat. We want to destroy whatever or whomever is in our way. And that natural response isn't our fault. It's how we're quote-unquote programmed as humans. If we want to get the most out of the negotiation, knowing the origin of our primal reaction will help. The majority of interactions we have at work and at home are negotiations that boil down to a simple animalistic urge. And that urge is, I want. That's from Chris Voss, Never Split the Difference. Now here are some examples as it relates to salary negotiation. I want this many dollars per year. I want this many weeks off per year. I want to work from home. I want time in the afternoon to pick my children up from school. Part 2, using the cognitive brain to adopt the right mindset. So now that we've identified the root cause of the combative mindset as I want, how do we get out of the combat mindset? Well, Dave Ramsey was asked this exact question by his colleague, and I loved his answer. His answer was, my deal becomes not beating him. My win is when I get the deal done. And with this simple mindset shift, controlling our primal response doesn't even mean we have to suppress it. Rather, controlling it means that we simply change what we want. With this realization, a couple great things will happen immediately. First, a goal change will release tension as we understand we're not fighting the person in front of us. Second, our new goal of getting a great deal done will define that person across from us as a problem-solving partner, someone we want to apply our abundant energy toward having a great relationship with. And Chris agrees. Being right isn't the key to a successful negotiation, having the right mindset is. Now, applying all this to our salary negotiation. I had Chris's book in the seat of my car outside the interview that led to the tripling of my salary. If I hadn't changed my mindset, I probably would have blown the whole deal. But how did I do that? If the hiring manager and interview team are now our problem-solving partners, let's contemplate. What is their goal? Well, their job is to build as clear and as legitimate a picture of you and your ability to solve their problem as possible. And the problem they need help solving is filling an open position. And in doing so, their company would end up giving you money. And just like that, we realize the best thing you can do for the both of you is to help them paint as clear and as positive a picture of you as possible. Which leads us to part 3. Part 3 is making it about them, and that means rather than focusing on our primal urges, we're going to focus on theirs. The first primal urge of theirs that we can support is to help them feel understood. You can use the technical questions associated with the job interview to do that. Specifically, that means making your goal to listen so well that you can repeat their technical challenges back to them and then hear them say the magic phrase, which is, "That's right." This means they'll feel understood, and you will have probably convinced them that you can do the job. The second primal urge of theirs that we can support is to help them feel in control, and the interpersonal aspect of the interview process can be used to do this by asking questions such as, what can I do to make you happy that I'm here? And what can I do to be the best team player you've ever had on the team? The third way we can make the negotiation about them is to use what Chris calls tactical empathy, and it works like this. During the interview process, there are going to be topics that they become a little uncomfortable with. It may be your location versus the work location, it may be about your previous salary numbers, or whatever. When that happens, do this. Imagine yourself in your counterpart's situation. Then recognize their perspective and vocalize that you recognize it to them. An example could go like this. It seems like you are worried my commute from the office is too far, that I won't want to come in. Or, it sounds like you have some hesitation based on my previous salary being higher than the target range for this position, that you may not be able to hire me based on the parameters you need to work within. And after asking this type of question, the tactical empathy really kicks in. You make your sole and all-encompassing goal to listen to what they have to say. This process will do wonders for making them feel it's about them, and after accomplishing that, we can then focus on salary. Part 4. To get the best salary, focus on this. Instead of asking about the compensation number for the role, learn ahead of time the various levels the company defines for your position, and include in your research the non-monetary aspects of the levels, things like years of required experience, skills expected, and so on. When it's then appropriate to ask about numbers, frame the question in terms of salary ranges the company has for those levels. I'm an engineer, so I'll use that as an example. The levels for an engineering career might look like this: Engineer 1, 2, Senior Engineer, Staff Engineer, and Principal Engineer. Discussing levels is also in your interest because you'll uncover the increasing perks associated with each level as well. Stock options such as RSUs, end-of-year bonuses, the amount of time off, and so on. And there are even more reasons the levels approach is beneficial. It creates a discussion framework which puts the hiring manager at ease because it's speaking in the company's terms. And if you include plenty of questions around the skills and results you'll be expected to deliver at each level, it signals you're interested in how you can grow in your ability to support the company, and not how much you can take from it. Part 5. Getting the best salary. When you've established the 1 or 2 levels that you may fit into at the company, you'll have a salary range identified. Know that they'll be desiring to get you around the bottom third of their specified range. And if you give a range, they'll be expecting to get you around the bottom 1/3 of your range as well. So plan on that ahead of time. Here are a few tactical empathy questions to use if the offer they provide is lower than your target. You can say something like, "Your offer is very generous. I'm curious. How did you arrive at that number, and what might we be up against to arrive at this number in my range?" Now, when it comes to the hard bargaining stage, things can get a little tense. If that happens, here's a question you can use to reduce that tension and put you both back into the right mindset. It's the killer question from Chris Voss, mentioned at the beginning of the video, and I'd frame it like this. I want you to feel that I'm being fair with my salary range, so let's back up a step. What would I need to do to be involved with the projects that are most strategically valuable to the success of the company? Now, this will pattern break your counterpart and signal again that your first focus is on the success of the company. Continue a discussion on that topic, completely abandoning any topic of money until your counterpart abruptly returns to the salary discussion by blurting something out like, "You know what? I'm going to fight to get you your target number." Now, according to Fortune, 1,700 people per day in America are becoming millionaires. I want you to become one of them with me, and an increased salary will surely help. If you have an interesting negotiation story, tell me about it in the comments. And you've probably heard that your future will be the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So if you could stand to have one more self-made millionaire friend who's in your corner and encouraging you along the way, well, I propose you subscribe right now. It is, after all, free. I'm Stoermer, reminding you it's never too late to be the best you've ever been, and I'll see you in the next video.